Whew, what a month! Man, August was the most adventurous month of my life. I was out of the country for 19 days this month, and after all that, I was pretty exhausted of traveling, let me tell you that. So it all started on August 1st. The very day the month started, I was straight out to Granada. I went out there to go networking with some friends I had met online. And we chilled in the city. There were so many of us. We went to the gym, we hit up the restaurant, we explored the town, we chilled at this nice house as well. And 3 of those people stayed with me in a nice but cheap Airbnb in the south of Granada. We lived together, we cooked together for 4 days. One of them was an entrepreneur and he taught us some lessons he learned from his business. And I spent some invaluable time with loads of great guys. So the first 4 days were off to a great start. But if you thought it couldn't get any better, after I landed on the 4th, I went straight back out the next day and I went to Turkey. I went to a town called Ikmele, and it's kind of like Benidorm in its layout. It kind of has a layout like Las Vegas with LED strip lights and English names, and some of them are honestly quite hilarious. You'll get Irish bar, you'll get some off-brand restaurant name like Sony Restaurant, and the letters of Sony are just like the Sony brand. Man, they couldn't be any more shameless with their copyright infringement. So that's where we spent 10 days. And in this time, I learned to scuba dive. So now I'm a qualified open water diver. I've ticked that off the list. I never have to do it again except for 1-day refreshers. I'm sorted for life. And this makes me think of when I passed my driving test just last year, except its usefulness is on a much smaller scale. Regardless, you still need a license to explore the ocean, without an instructor anyway. No need to be held by the hand, by the instructor underwater. I have the freedom to do what I want, up to a depth of 18 meters. And of course with a dive buddy, in case things go wrong. So that took 4 days to complete. The first 3 days we did skills, and then gradually we did a 12, then a 15 meter, and then finally an 18 meter dive, because you kind of need to check that off before you're allowed to do it on your own. But the difference between those depths is not much. And then I was off to Milan. I met up with one of my friends who I hung out with in Madeira. There's a big Dutch guy named Joop, and he drove us around from Milan to Lugano in Switzerland, and stopping off along the way like to Locarno and also Milano in Switzerland. I know, such confusing names, right? And funnily enough, 3 members of my family flew right off to Milan a week after I did. So they're there now. But on this trip, my friend Joop and my other friend Zane, we explored what life was like in the tax haven, lovely Switzerland. And it's expensive, let me tell you that. But we did treat ourselves to a nice, good meal one night, which cost way too much to disclose, but it was well worth exposing ourselves to a greater level of wealth, which we would like to reach in the future. And of course, the highlight of Lugano was canyoning. You saw in my June video that I did canyoning in Madeira, but how about you double the fun of that canyoning trip? Now you get the Lugano canyoning. Instead of just descending on ropes and going down a few bumpy slides, this canyon was rife with huge jumps, large slides. There was one, I couldn't even believe it was safe. It was literally, the angle was so steep. I've got a video on screen of it in the background. I'm jumping in this, but I literally slid down that waterfall in the background. It was insane. I couldn't believe it. Man, it was just surreal. I came back 1 week ago yesterday. And to be honest, I've just been recovering, catching up on my sleep. I had a lot of sleepless nights abroad, and now I'm feeling pumped and ready to hit up September. This month I've got a lot of uni lab work, so I'll be busy, basically doing a 9 to 5, being in a lab. And that should be good for my academic resume, and I'm excited to see how it will all go. But let me tell you, I just had the most adventurous month of my life, and I know it can only get better from here. But I'm gonna have to wait till next summer, or next spring if I'm lucky. But this month, uni starts again, and I tackle my final year before I graduate. And I just reflect on this month. Like, I ask you on a monthly basis on this channel, how was your month? And personally for me, it's there to help me see how far I've come. But I also want you to do that with me. I may have just explained all these things, I may be busy here, there, everywhere, but I want you to grow alongside me. That is the journey I want you to take with me. So please, tell me how your month was in the comments. I'd love to listen to what you have to say. I do really love making these videos. And of course, as I go into the uni term, I will keep publishing videos. But take this as a checkpoint, honestly. I really do like the breaks from the education at the start of each month to get personal. And I feel like this is a farewell to summer because I won't be going away again until December. And this will be a cold trip away. So please just go ahead and tell me what your summer was like and how you improved over it. I know I certainly improved. Although I didn't really record videos this month, I still kept the momentum going. I checked up on the channel, and one of my videos did really well at the beginning of the month, so I'm happy about that. More exposure means more people can connect with me. And now it's time to go back into normality, back into university term, but I will still be here, and I'd love to know how you did this summer. Thank you so much for listening. Take care. Tell me how your month and summer went, and I'll see you in the next video.